Hello, welcome to Social Studies Impact, 4th grade, Chapter 4. Do you hear that noise? It's history in the making. I'm just kidding. It's a fan going on because I'm really hot in this unicorn costume. Anyway, the title of this chapter is The Golden State. What early events and people define the state of California? We're going to do a quick overview of Lesson 1. How did war and revolt affect California? So in this lesson, you're going to be learning quickly, right away, about the war with Mexico and Manifest Destiny. What does Manifest Destiny have to do with the war with Mexico? Well, it's the idea that the United States had a right and a duty to take control of the land westward all the way to the Pacific Ocean. Now, you'll recall from previous readings and from other historical documents and TV shows that there were people already living there. So this Manifest Destiny was maybe a little inappropriate. So here we go. We're going to be reading about James K. Polk, who was the 11th President of the United States. We'll learn about John C. Fremont, who was the officer in the U.S. Army, who then met, he met a Mexican Army colonel named Jose Castro. But Castro said, hey, you know what? You need to leave. And you need to read about that on these pages. When you turn the page, you're going to learn about some rumors spreading and what was happening because many of the settlers living in California, they came without the permission of the Mexican government. And so Fremont spread some rumors. Go ahead and read on to see what had happened. And in the meantime, across the country, the United States, the president had declared war on Mexico. So how did California even know? They didn't have Snapchat. There was no social media. Nobody could Insta it. They didn't know. Eventually, soon you'll read about the Bear Flag Revolt. You're going to be reading about the commander Mariano Guadalupe Vallejo and whose side he was on. Was he really on a side? Do you think he really favored the Mexican government more or the American settlers? I'm not going to tell you. You're just going to have to read about that. You'll also be reading about this vocabulary word republic. Make sure you know what that means. You're also going to get a little bit of background on how California got the state flag. And you can see right here that it is a really nice picture of a porcupine. Just kidding. It is a unicorn. Just kidding again. It is a grizzly bear. So go ahead and read and see how we got this flag. On this page, these two pages, you're going to be reading about John Sloat and the Navy and how they took over Monterey right over here. That's near where I'm from. I'm from Salinas. And we also learn about this word treaty. A treaty is a written agreement by both sides to make peace. Now, this treaty in particular was about ending the war in California, but the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo was about ending the war with Mexico. And you'll see on this map over here, I'll move out of the way, how the land changed from ownership from the Atlantic all the way to the Pacific. It says right here, the title of the map says lands acquired from Mexico 1845 to 1854. So you can see how the land changed hands. Let's see. And then finally, these last two pages, excuse me, is getting perspectives on the of Californians on the Mexican War. So remember, we learned about Mariano Vallejo, Pio Pico, and Lansford Hastings. I want you to go ahead and read their perspectives. What did they have to say about all this? And based on their opinions, you would probably get very